Hello, everybody. Um, First, I want to start by beginning this video with an apology. I was supposed to come on here like 2 months ago and tell you how my journey was going in regards to relactation. So part of that was because I was busy. Another part, there was just a lot going on, which we'll get into now. And the third part, honestly, I was a little embarrassed. And we'll get into that as well. So I was doing, so I was, so I had made the decision to try and relactate. I started off by pumping about a half an ounce every 2 to 3 hours. I made it all the way up to 2 ounces every 2 to 3 hours. And from the half ounce to the 2 ounce, it probably took me about 4 weeks in total to build up my supply every 2 to 3 hours. So in other words, it was definitely working, and I was seeing results. I was obviously pumping every 2 to 3 hours. I was power pumping, drinking a lot of water. I was also taking supplements. But unfortunately, back in December, we came down with COVID. I got sick, and my supply dropped to nothing again. Thought it was just a sinus cold. It was nothing severe. It was extremely mild. But unfortunately, it did take my supply all the way. Week later, my baby got sick. And with everything going on, obviously, we went to the ER when he came down with a fever. And unfortunately, they confirmed that he had COVID. So obviously, at that point, I knew I had COVID. So at that point, I decided to stop. And I know what you're going to say. It is encouraged to continue breastfeeding when you have COVID, obviously to help the baby's immune system. But again, my supply had dropped to completely like nothing at all. And at that point, it was just a stressor in my life. I was already dealing with a lot in general, and then to be find out that we had COVID was extremely, extremely scary. It was extremely scary. It was disappointing. It was just everything you could probably imagine. Luckily, my baby had very mild symptoms. He did come down with a fever, but it lasted less than 24 hours. So I do feel good knowing that I at least got him up to the 9-month mark with breastfeeding. I made it to 9 months. So looking back, I'm happy. I'm happy that I decided to breastfeed. I'm happy that I decided to try and relactate, and I'm happy that I stopped. I'm happy that I stopped because it was stressing me out with the COVID and the fact that my supply had dropped and it was nothing, and just everything else going on in my life. It was extremely hard to keep up. So I went ahead and stopped, and ever since then, honestly, I have felt a lot better. The truth, the real, number one, it eliminated that stress of having to pump every 2 to 3 hours and worry about how much I was giving him. Also, and I don't know, and I'm sure a lot of breastfeeding mothers out there have experienced this, but I was starting also to get skin changes on my breasts. They were basically, it looked like I had been sunburned on the chest. And that had been happening for a while, but as soon as I stopped breastfeeding, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 weeks later, the texture on my skin completely returned to normal. So that was good. Um, if I could have kept going, I would have. I really would have. But unfortunately, I couldn't. Um, I just wasn't in the right mental headspace. And I also just physically, it just was not working after I got sick. So my baby is completely fine. Um, he didn't mind at all. Like I've told you guys on previous videos, he doesn't mind if he has formula. He'll drink it just the same, and that's what we've been on since. So it's been working out well for us. I'm happy still. Um, Going into the embarrassing part, I was embarrassed. I don't know if embarrassed is the right word. I felt weird coming back after making those 2 videos and encouraging y'all to do it, which I mean I still stand by, but then I was looking at it as I failed. I failed at it because I wanted to make it to a whole year and I only made it to 9 months. But I have decided to, and I have been decided to give myself more grace when it comes to breastfeeding, because at the end of the day, you know, I did everything I could for those 9 months, and I made it to where I made it. So I wanted to come on here just to give y'all an update, this final update on the relactation journey. I really appreciate you guys following along with me. You guys are super encouraging. I was shocked because I don't check my YouTube channel as much as I should, and I was shocked to come back and see that I had almost 500 views and several comments asking like how I was doing. So I didn't even, in other words, I didn't even know anybody was watching. I mean, it's weird to say that because it's like, Gabby, you make videos, of course somebody was watching, but I didn't know anybody was watching and following and paying attention and wanted to follow along and know. So I'm letting you know now. Just a summary. I got sick. My supply dropped to 0. The baby got sick. We found out we had COVID. And after that, it was just a world of stress. So I decided to stop. My baby is okay. And if God blesses me with another pregnancy in the future, I will once again try to make it to that 12-month mark. But I made it to 9 months this time, and I am proud of myself. So this is just a real video. I don't even think I'm gonna edit anything out. This is just that's what happened. So anybody else who's on this journey, I encourage you to keep going. Keep on going. Keep on pumping every 2 to 3 hours. It will come back. It will come back. It was coming back for me. Like I said, I went from doing ½ an ounce to 2 ounces in 4 months. Or 4 months. 4 weeks. So it'll take a little time, but keep pushing and you'll probably get your full supply back. And even if you don't, it is what it is. At least that baby's getting breast milk. So once again, thank you guys all for your concerns and your encouraging words. And I am giving all that positive energy back to you. Thank you. Talk to y'all soon.